Good morning, students. Hope all are doing well. From today onwards, your PT exams are commencing, so probably must be busy with your studies. Here we are going to start our next lesson, On the Face of It by Suzanne Hill. The text is there with you, and I'm going to start the lesson summary now. Before starting the summary, let's discuss about the author. So, Suzanne Hill is an English novelist. She wrote a lot of children's book and playwright as a playwright, and her novels are written in a descriptive gothic style, especially her ghost stories. So The Woman in Black, which was published in 1983, it is a traditional English ghost story which relies on suspense and atmosphere to create its impact. So she is one of the versatile writers we have in English literature. So let's discuss about the characters. The main characters of the story are Mr. Lamb. He is an old cripple who enjoys life despite his handicap. Derry, he is 14-year-old boy with one side of his face burnt, or you can say disfigured in an accident or because of acid. Now about the story. Let's discuss about the main theme. So when we read the chapter, we will find the play highlights the discrimination faced by the people who suffer a kind of disability or they suffer from some kind of handicap. Here both the characters, Mr. Lamb and Derry, are handicapped in one or the other sense. So we will reveal that what is the problem of Mr. Lamb and how he deals and what is his perspective, and how Derry, a 14-year-old teen, faced his disability and recovered his loss. What he learned and how he gathered courage to face the reality. So who is Mr. Lamb? He owns his apple orchard and he has his garden. He keeps all the time his gate open for the people to meet him. And in a war, he lost his one leg. So he was lonely but very optimistic, very positive. He keeps his spirit and morale high in the story. His visitors temporarily never come back, but he actually enjoys his lonely hours with the natural surroundings. You can say that he has developed a kind of lively, good perspective for life. So his vision for life, his attitude towards his problems is so different and so positive that he learns how to live life. So he lives in a house with open windows, open perspective, open windows, open to everyone. His courteous, jolly, good nature, and also he is very much friendly with everyone. You can say in short that he enjoys his life and love people. Now on the other side, contrary to it, we have Derry, very young 14-year-old boy, and what we expect from this young boy? Lot of positivity, lot of hope, lot of spirit to live life with, zeal and entho, but no. Yes, you are right. I am saying no. His perspective towards his life is very pessimistic. His face is also spoiled by acid attack. His attitude is also burnt with his face. Yes, it looks like that his attitude is also very negative and he takes life very bitterly. Then he secretly enters one day in Lamb's garden. He jumps over to his wall and people's attitude affect him. people's opinion affect him. He doesn't want pity on him. He doesn't want any kind of sympathy from someone. Rather, he wanted true friend, support and positivity. And at last, we will find that Mr. Lamb taught him a very good lesson of life, and then he slowly changes into a successful man or a boy by changing his outlook towards life. So, in short, what you say the play is about? We can say that the play is about a lesson that mirrors positivity, optimistic outlook, and how we should take our challenges, impairment in life. So let's begin the chapter. Very first particular 4 lines, you read it before you start reading your chapter. So the play is featuring an old man and a small boy meeting in the farmer's garden. Both suffer from some kind of physical impairment, disability. But Mr. Lamb, the old man, takes life in a lively manner, whereas the boy Derry is withdrawn and defiant. The meeting turns out to be boon for Derry, as Mr. Lamb taught him the lesson of hope, ability, and showed him the bright side of life. So let's talk about the summary of the chapter. When we will start reading the chapter, you will find that this particular chapter is like a conversation and a play. So there are 2 important characters who are continuously exchanging their dialogues in this play on the face of it. So the particular title itself says, or having a duality, one is the face of Derry or Lamb in real, or how they face the challenge or inabilities in their life. So their attitude towards life. Metaphorical sense of that title. Again, when we see this particular question which is there on page number 56, who is Mr. Lamb and how did Derry get into his garden? Very simple question. I told you about Mr. Lamb, a old cripple who enjoys life, very positive towards his life. He takes his challenges very optimistically. His thinking attitude is totally different from Derry, and Derry entered into his garden through wall by jumping over the wall. So this is how they both met. The first scene of the play begins in Mr. Lamb's garden. Derry, a young boy of 14, when climbs over the garden wall and enters the garden, he walks in slowly and cautiously, thinking nobody is there, but is startled to hear Mr. Lamb's voice. The cautiously thinking nobody is there, see these things, as if he is worried about facing someone. Derry to not trip up on the crab apple which has fallen from the tree. Old man tells Derry to not trip up on the crab apples which have fallen from the tree in the garden. Derry tries to explain to him that he didn't want to sneak in. He had presumed that house was empty and he did not expect anybody there. He appears to be Scared, Mr. Lamb tries to put his fear at rest and was very friendly towards him. He says that the house is no doubt empty now that he is in the garden. Mr. Lamb assured him that there is nothing to be afraid of. His gates are always open for everyone and he welcomes everyone. Now, this page, see the dialogue on the topmost. Derry says, I have got to go, not on my account. I don't mind who comes into the garden. The gate's always open. Underline this. Only you climb the garden wall. Derry angrily he says, you were watching me. I saw you, but the gate's open. All welcome. You are welcome. I sit here. I like sitting. I don't come to steal anything. Now Derry here giving an explanation. No, the young lad, steal. Scrump the apples. You are not so young. I just wanted to come into the garden. Nothing to be afraid of, just a garden, just me. But I am not afraid. People are afraid of me. Underline this line. This reference is again very important. He says that I am not afraid of anything, but people do afraid of me, my looks probably. Why should that be? Now Lamb was very surprised on this answer. That why people will be afraid about you. Everyone is. It doesn't matter who they are or what they say or how they look. How they pretend I know, I can see. So pretentious behavior of people bothers Derry. And he always is annoyed with the perception of people towards him. The farmer again asks, see what? What they think? What do they think then? You think, here's is a boy, you look at me, and then you see my face and you think, that's bad, that's a terrible thing. That's the ugliest thing I ever saw. You think, poor boy, but I am not poor. Underneath, you are afraid. Anybody would be. I am when I look in the mirror and see it, I am afraid of me. See these lines of Derry. What do you think about the character then? I personally feel that this is the negativity of Derry which he was pouring here in these lines. He says that I look ugly. People dislike me because of this, because my face looks terrible. Anybody would be, and I cannot even face the mirror. So he is somewhere very much conscious, worried about the people's opinion. Also he is very much afraid and not very confident about his looks. So not very confident in his behavior when he speaks about himself. He is not having courage to face his reality very positively. And that is how this shows Derry's negativity and pessimism towards life. On this, Mr. Lamb says, no, not the whole of you. Not of you. Derry said, yes. After having little thoughts, so pause here means he's thinking and speaking. Mr. Lamb says, what's it a bit cooler? When it's a bit cooler, I will get the ladder and a stick and pull down these crab apples. They are ripe for it. I make jelly. It's a good time of year. Now he changes the topic and he says that, lot of heat is there. I'll later on bring the ladder and we will pick some crab apples, make jellies. It's a magical fruit. Daddy says, what have you changed the subject for? People always do that. So he is little annoyed, skeptical about Mr. Lamb's attitude. Say, don't change the topic. I know people are obviously worried about my looks. They often make fun of me. They are pretentious. They just act someone else, but they have the different thoughts. You are changing the topic just to avoid this discussion, I know well. On this, Mr. Lamb says, you want me to ask? Sin so. Then I don't like being with people, any people. I should say to look at all. I should say you got burned in a fire. Not in a fire, I got acid all down. That side of my face is burnt, and it ate my face up, and now it's like this, and it won't ever be any different. So here on this page number 58 of your text, we'll find the reason that what happened to his face. And here we have this picture which denotes both of them. See, 14-year-old boy talking with the old man who was sitting there, and the boy having the burnt face. So casually the old person, the boy, was saying something, and the old man was listening it patiently. You can see that how they both were sitting. Again on page number 59. After having this much of discussion, we came to know about their characters, how they both are actually in the real life, what are their opinions about themselves, even how they think about their life. Their perspectives are very much clear here. One is optimistic and the other one is very much pessimistic and bothered about people's attitude and opinion. So Mr. Lamb says, no, not like this. Aren't you interested? You are a boy who came into the garden. Plenty do I am interested in anybody, anything. There's nothing God made that doesn't interest me. Look over there, over beside the wall. What can you see? Daddy says, rubbish. Rubbish? Look, boy, look. What do you see? Just grass and stuff, some weeds. Some call them weeds. Now this is important line. See, the message oriented lines are there. Very beautiful lines. Mr. Lamb's dialogue. Some call them weeds. If you like them, a weed garden, that there's the fruit and there are flowers and trees and herbs. All sorts of things were there, but over there weeds. I grow weeds there. Why is one green growing plant called a weed and another flower? Where's the difference? It's all life, growing same as you, me. So he says that, see, the nature gives us a very silent lesson that all sorts of plants are there. Some are weeds and some are very fruitful. Both look alike, but their opinion towards life, their result towards life, their journey is different. So as we are also like them. We are not the same. Daddy says, I am old, you are young, you have got a burnt face and I have got a tin leg. Not important. You are standing there. See, you can stand at least, but I am sitting here. Where's the difference? Why have you got a tin leg? Daddy asked the question. Real one got blown off years back. Underline this line. How the fellow lost his one leg. There's answer here. Lammy Lamb, some kid says. So people actually teases him also. Haven't you heard them? So Lammy Lamb was the name through which kids do tease him. Lammy Lamb, it fits, doesn't trouble me. So he says that, but it doesn't trouble me. See the attitude of the old man. But you can put on trousers and cover it up and no one sees. They don't have to notice and stare. Now he says, covering up the thing, there he is giving the excuses that because no one can actually watches your leg, it is covered. So you are tension free. You are not having this particular tension that people actually watches your tinned leg and humiliates you. But my face is in open and everyone watches it and makes me feel like I am disabled or impaired. So I feel very bad about this. Indirectly, he's saying that my problem is very bigger. People make me more miserable, make me feel more miserable, and you are like just talking to me because your problem is not very big. We always feel like the same, as if our problem in the world is the biggest problem and other people are very happy. So this is the attitude in general. Here the author Suzanne Hills wants to tell us indirectly that we all over the life we have weeds and the flowers. It is up to us that what we pluck up and what we see. So what happened here now next? But you can put on trousers and cover it up. Okay, we have done this. Like my face, like crab apples or the weeds or the spider climbing up a silken ladder or my tall sunflowers things. It's all relative. Beauty and the beast. Now Lamb says that see, beauty and the beast and weeds and flowers, all the other part and parcel of life. We have to take good as well as bad also in our life. So we have to change our perspective. Watching, listening and thinking should be actually changed here. That's the first lesson given by Lamb, and Lamb is inspiring Derry here. Again he says, Beauty loved the monstrous beast for himself, and when she kissed him, he changed into a handsome prince. Now that's a story. Mr. Lamb is that way. No, you won. And no one will kiss me, only my mother, and she kisses me on the other side of my face, and I don't like my mother to kiss me. She does it because she has to. So he also has a bitterness here for mother. He says that my mother also kisses me because she has to have that thing that she has to show the love towards me, otherwise no one actually loves me. So a lot of disappointments and grudges here we can see during his conversation, where he reveals that even the mother doesn't kisses him. Why should I like that? I don't care if nobody ever kisses me. So he says that I don't care, but if the person is saying that I don't care, it means that he's caring or he's bothering with that particular thing more. Okay, so here Mr. Lamb again says, but do you care if you never kiss them? What? Girls, pretty girls, long hair and large eyes, people you love. Who's let me? No one. Who can tell? I won't ever look different. When I am as old as you, I will look the same. I will still only have half a face. So a lot of pain and misery in his speaking. When he speaks up, he's all speaking the his disappointments and losses. Mr. Lamb, on the other hand, we says that see his worldview, his attitude, very positive. The world's got a whole face and the world's there to be looked at. Do you think this is the world, the old garden? Do you think this is the world, the old garden? Mr. Lamb says, when I am here, not the only one, but the world as much as anywhere. Now, stopping here and discussing about Mr. Lamb's philosophy. So Mr. Lamb tells him to talk about it, but Derry has become upset. The old man says that it is possible. Derry's face got burnt in the fire or through the acid. Derry tells him that it is the acid that burnt his face, and it developed a kind of indifference in his approach towards life. There is nothing God made that doesn't interest him. That these were the words of Lamb that reflects his philosophy. It means that everything here is interesting, good, and life is full of challenges, but it is full, it is good. Again, we see that, see, Derry here says, does your leg hurt you? Tin doesn't hurt, boy. Now see this attitude that it doesn't hurt me. This is a positive side of life. Derry notices that there are no curtains on the windows of Mr. Lamb's house. Mr. Lamb replies that he is not fond of curtains because they shut things out, and he thinks that there should be no darkness and difference between the people. There should be openness in our approach. So again, Mr. Lamb actually replies very confidently. Last line, see here, Derry says, and think of all those people worse off than you. Think you might have been blinded or born deaf, or have you live in a wheelchair or be a daft in your head and dribble. Mr. Lamb, and that's all true and you know it. Derry, it won't make my face change. Do you know, one day a woman went by me in the street. I was in a bus and she was with another woman, and she looked at me and she whispered, look at that. That's a terrible thing. That's a face only a mother could love. So these kind of remarks Derry remembered, and he was feeling very humiliated, and it gave a bitter impact on his mind, on his psychology. He shared this particular instance with Mr. Lamb. Mr. Lamb replies, so you believe everything you hear then? It was cruel. How she actually said was cruel for Derry. Mr. Lamb, maybe not meant as such, just something said between them. Derry, I only heard it. So see here, again he says that sometimes what we watch, what we hear, what we listen should not affect our thinking much, because we don't know that what kind of intensity it has. So we should not judge people all the time. We should ignore the things well in life to be happy sometimes. This is the bigger lesson Mr. Lamb gave to Derry here. Now Derry says, you are peculiar, you say peculiar things, you ask questions I don't understand. Mr. Lamb says, I like to talk, have company. He is very talkative, fond of talking. Now Derry says, yes, but I have a hive of bees behind those trees over there. Some hear bees and they say bee buzz, but when you listen to bees for a long while, they hum, and hum means singing. I hear them singing, my bees. So people say that, often bees are buzzing, but I feel that they are singing. Here also we'll find the change in the perspective, outlook towards life and different things, whether they are minimal, whether they are trivial or important. Mr. Lamb's approach towards them is totally different. So here we have done almost 3 to 4 pages of this play, and in my next video you will find the continuity of it. Hope you enjoy the reading. Dear students, please prepare for your PT exam well, and also go through this text. Ask me the questions in the doubt session. Take care and have a nice day.